Okay, friends, so today we're going to talk about irony. Irony is an element that is very evident in the works of O. Henry. Irony is basically when something occurs that you wouldn't expect to occur. There are basically three types of irony. There's verbal irony, situational irony, and dramatic irony. And I'm going to be showing you some images and then giving you an image to analyze. So before you go any further, you're going to need to pick up a piece of paper, something to write with, so that you can take notes and answer the questions that are included on the slide. And then you'll bring that to class and be able to participate in a discussion. So the first type of irony is verbal irony. Verbal irony is when the writer, speaker, or a character says something that means the complete opposite of what they say. So in this meme here's this dude, and he says, thanks so much for that update about your super busy life. Nobody has ever gone to work, the gym, and made dinner in one day. How do you do it? So he is speaking kind of tongue-in-cheek. He really is not impressed at all that this person has done three things in the same day. And so when he says nobody has ever done this, nobody's ever gone to work, to the gym, and made dinner, how do you do it? He is using verbal irony. He's saying one thing, but he actually means the opposite of what he's saying. So here is another example of verbal irony. And so I want you to look at this image, and I want you to write down why this image is an example of verbal irony. You can stop the presentation or you can come back to it later. It's up to you, but I'm going to go ahead and toggle forward. The next type of irony that we're going to look at is situational irony. And situational irony is the primary type of irony that is used in O. Henry stories. That whole situation with Silky Bob and Officer Jimmy Wells, that is situational irony. They do meet after 20 years, but after that 20 years, one is a criminal and the other is a police officer. So they do meet because they're friends, but then after 20 years, the paths that their lives took caused them to be almost like enemies or, adversaries because one was a criminal and one was a police officer. So that's situational irony. So situational irony is when the outcome or a particular situation ends up in the opposite way of what would be expected. So here we have a bulletin board, and it's about how to save paper. And you see that it's all made of paper and extra paper, and it's been matted, and all this is made of paper. So this is a situational irony example. And so the next slide, you're going to explain why this image here is an example of situational irony. This is number 2. I'm going to toggle ahead. The third type of irony that you need to know about is what is called dramatic irony. And dramatic irony is when the reader or the audience knows or understands something that the character does not. So here in this classic Disney film, the audience knows that this apple has been poisoned by the evil queen, and Snow White does not. That's why she takes it, and that's why she eats it. This dramatic irony happens in every, horror movie that I think you've seen, where the girl is sitting there and she's going to answer the door, or she's going to open the closet, or, that something is lurking there waiting to get her, but she does not know that. And so she walks into that dangerous situation. So here is another image of a famous movie from the 1970s. You see if you can explain why it demonstrates dramatic irony. So here it is from the famous movie Jaws. Why is this dramatic irony? Go ahead and answer. We'll see you in class tomorrow, friends.